But yeah, we're alive today with Feudalz. How are you, my man?
Professor, how's it going? Thank you for having me on. Appreciate you guys showing love to the Feudalz fam.
What's the story behind this guy? He
So
looks like
that,
some kind of king.
yeah, that's an orc. It's like an orc king, and as I'll get into in a little bit, orcs are responsible for kind of inflicting the menace upon the humans, and they kind of rely on the elves to defend against these orc raids. And those are the elves on the left side, the purple one right there, and then believe that's a human with like a little jester hat.
Yeah.
In essence, it's a play to earn PvP game with a utility token called gold. The Genesis collection are the humans. Uh, Those the humans are what you stake to earn passive golds, which is our token, and then your golds accumulate in what's called the vault. Basically like your treasure vault where the golds accumulate. When you want to withdraw your golds, that's when the orcs come and raid, and then you can hire elves to defend against these orc raids. And so everything in our that's basically the staking game. Everything is based on a dice roll mechanism, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So based on so females produce more golds than males, but males have a defense bonus when you're being raided by the orcs. So like depending on how many elves and males that you have, and depending on that determines the dice roll value for when the orcs raid your vault. So sometimes you can get lucky if the RNG god's in your favor and the orcs won't take any golds when you withdraw, but the maximum amount they can take is 50%. So that's kind of a high level of the staking game. Then we're two patches into our PvP play to earn game, which is the lands basically. So we do have another collection, which is the lands. If you own one piece of lands, that's what gives you kind of the entryway into our game. Um, I don't know if you want to show the infographic, but it's kind of explains everything I'm saying here. But the lands, basically people get matched up, your lands versus another person's lands, and then based on the assets that you have, you get a defense or attack buff. So like based on the rarity of your lands, based on the rarity of the humans that you have, and then also other assets like how many orcs you have, how many elves you have, and we also have a couple other collections, which are the animals, which we airdropped to everyone as well. Our Genesis holders. Again, it's a dice roll mechanism. So, kind of based on the assets that you have and the rarity of all the assets, if you roll a certain percentage higher than your opponent, you receive golds. So, I can actually, walk you guys through and kind of show you guys how the game works as well, but that's kind of a high level situation of of the game. So this is our main site. This is what I was explaining before. So you come to our main site, you can click on here. As I was saying, this is the whole lore, the races, the magic. It's pretty intense, like I said before, but for those who are, kind of into the J.R.R. Tolkien type stuff, they'll enjoy this lore. So then we also have our white paper, the Feudalz Guide here, which we're actually in the process of updating because of our V2. And then so we have our vault here. This is where all the golds from your humans working accrue. Something cool that we implemented is 90% of our mechanisms are now off chain. So before you, when you went into the vault and you would withdraw, like you saw the withdraw button before, you would have to, go through MetaMask and everything and have to pay a gas fee. So now what we actually did was we implemented the bank, which is basically our off-chain wallet, right? So whenever you withdraw from your vault, or if you want to mint the orcs or elves, or all the game mechanics are done off chain, so you're not spending any gas at all, even though our dev teams are rock stars and they kind of were pioneers with the gas optimization contracts. um, um, we wanted to take it a step even further and make it so that our community doesn't have to pay any gas at all. So I think, that's kind of revolutionary. So here's where you can see, where you choose to stake your humans. You can see your humans working, and then we have this little gold utility here where you can rename all your assets like your humans. Community has fun with that. And then, actually we just minted out of all our orcs, and elves are, I think, about 70% minted out. And then we also have something called the arena game, which is kind of like a betting game, um, with elves and orcs. It's kind of another utility for our token, where you can bet a gold amount on either side, and whichever side has the least amount of golds will win, and then a cool little animation like this will pop up if you want to see how to play. And then, as I said, we had airdropped one piece of lands to all our Genesis holders and one animals. These actually, guys, make for cool pets within World Wide Web 3. We are integrated into there. And then the game, you can access the game website here, but I'm already in it now here. So our world is called Zestria. Can join the world here. And so these are the lands that we've released thus far, and the lands that are grayed out here are the ones to be released down the line. And I think we'll be, giving away a few whitelist spots for our upcoming landsmint, something to get excited about here too. But Krum Taiga is a part of the snowy region, which is the most rare. Azure Sands is the arid region, which is the next rarest. And then we have the woodland, part of the forest, and Mylene Meadows and Sulfar Greens, which are the part of the grasslands. So you kind of can see here how many you have by clicking on this, how many you have in each lands and attacks and stuff. So you kind of just click on the land here, ready to recharge. So you can recharge your lands here to get ready for an attack. You do have to pay 1 golds per land to prepare for an attack. Click proceed here. Just click raid, and there's a battle log here that shows the history of your battles, your units, how many elves and animals and orcs that you have. And then we also have a leaderboard ranking system based on each biome, the snowy lands or arid lands, and so it kind of adds a competitive level to the game. So let me go ahead and raid here. So right now it is searching for another person's lands to go up against. It's totally random. So I've been matched up against this person's lands. Looks like I have destroyed him completely. Nice little animation there with the magic. Your attack was successful, and I've received 3 golds. Now this golds does go straight into my off-chain wallet, like I mentioned before. And as you see, all these mechanisms, I haven't paid a gas fee yet. So it's kind of amazing. And I have 2 attacks every 24 hours per lance. So let me go ahead and do my second attack here. Hopefully I can get lucky again. Kind of a big flex that I won on my first try here.
Is it usually difficult to win?
We try to make the game as balanced as possible. We see here, look, I just got destroyed. So, like
Yeah.
I explained before, so I still do receive a little bit of gold, even though I lost based on the values of the dice roll. So it's getting a little bit more difficult to win these days, but just because um, I'm a part of the team and I it's kind of embarrassing to say, but our community has way more assets than me. And as I mentioned before, the more humans that you have, the more orcs and elves, you get an attack bonus, right? So these, my attack bonus is only 16.2. My defense bonus is only 42. These go up to 65, right? So there are people with way bigger attack and defense bonuses than me, right? So the people who have kind of the more assets are gonna have a higher chance of winning more goals essentially.
Mhm.
We're getting ready to launch V2, which is kind of our actual full version of the game. We're gonna have dropping some alpha here, some more animations, and we're gonna have buildings and resources. Like for instance, these are the woods, right? So you can use the woods, the trees as resources, and build a lumber mill on your lands that will, kind of increase your gold production.
Mhm.
And then um so we're gonna we have a bunch of resources based on your lands that you can take advantage of, and we'll also be having a golds marketplace where players can actively buy and trade resources in order to build up certain buildings and um, add to their attack and defense and statistics essentially. And another thing that we have added to the game are what's called heroes. And so in the marketplace, you'll be able to purchase a treasure chest where you can draw a hero, which uh, essentially will add more buffs and benefits and statistics. So, like, certain heroes have different advantages, and one and so that kind of opened up opportunity for collaboration with other projects. We just announced one of our heroes will be like a Godzilla from P Gojira. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a cool little trailer that we had come up with. Down the road, the plan for V3 is to expand into um, 3D realm visually, and this could be kind of a preview of what it could look like. But for now, it's kind of just a fun little uh, game trailer situation here.
Mhm.
We had a cannot confirm or deny, but someone that sounds like Morgan Freeman narrating this video here. But
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So that's kind of a high level of everything that's going on in the game right now.